Are you kidding me? Let's try this again. Whoa! I dodged 2 bullets. Oh, no. I'm good. I wouldn't sacrifice all that. I'm good. Oh my gosh. I'm stuck. Oh, bro, they're everywhere. Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh, no. I'm good. No. Why is somebody's body that long? What the heck? Bro, I don't even want to like go way up here anymore. I'm so scared that somebody's gonna. Yep, I knew that was gonna happen. I'm good. No, I'm not. I need some of that real quick. Bow. Bow.
Diane St. George, Scott's girlfriend at the time, would go on to become his second wife, said she spent the night next to Scott in a waterbed.
This was our model home. It was a split entry that we built, and this is where we worked out of.
Larry Musgrave was Scott's partner in a home building business.
Scott Hopkins was going through a divorce, and he moved here and moved into the back.
Oh my gosh, bro. I want to turn, but I don't want to I don't want them to get me.
Were asleep on the floor of Scott's living room. Remember, they slept over to get up early to prepare for an employee Labor Day weekend picnic the next day. They told jurors Hopkins never left the house that night.
I know it didn't happen. I was here.
How do you know that?
Well, I would have heard him leave. I would have heard him come back.
I wouldn't sit here and lie. Not for anybody. And all I can say is I feel they have the wrong person here.
Would you lie to protect your friend?
Never. If I felt he did it, I would turn him in.
But prosecutor Brittany Smith says the Musgraves are mistaken.
They were sleeping during a substantial period of time.
With the model home just a 10-minute drive from Janet's house.
Ready? Here we go.
Prosecutors say Hopkins would have had time to arrive.
We're now at 8 minutes, 16, 17.
After Janet got home at 4 a.m. Commit the murder and get back to his own house to awaken his guests at 5:30. But if Scott Hopkins is guilty, what exactly happened?
Bro. Oh my gosh. Bro, it looked like he's trying to... Oh, he just trapped me.
Assistant DA
I just do this the whole time.
lays
That
out
was good.
the prosecution's theory.
Oh my gosh, bro. He's right.
And takes it too far, and she ends up dead.
Could this have been an accidental death?
Thank you.
Being an accidental death is that strangulation
Leave me
takes a
alone.
period of time. That he continues to
Wow.
apply pressure to her neck through the use of the bandana, and that takes a few minutes to do. So her life is essentially leaving her, and he continues to apply pressure to her neck.
Somebody help me.
As they did at trial, Smith and
Oh,
Frank
bro,
Bartossi
raps.
used the shirt. The co-prosecutor
You know
of the
what?
case
I don't... Oh my
demonstrated
gosh.
DNA
No.
evidence
Ooh,
condemns
bro. I feel like I'm trapped. I'm
When
everywhere.
the Pennsylvania State Lab found semen in the old crime scene evidence, it was given a rating of 4+.
Thank you. Oh.
That means Scott Hopkins' seminal fluid is on that location in a concentrated manner, and it is not consistent with having been washed.
Meaning, prosecutors say, that Hopkins' DNA was deposited the night of the murder, not from a previous encounter. And then there was
Yes.
something else, something huge.
I feel long.
Because the location of DNA is what tells us when it was put there.
We believe that she was laying face down on the bed, and he was on top of her at the moment that he was strangling her.
It turns out the DNA identified as Hopkins was found to line up perfectly on the back of Janet's nightgown, on the rope tying her hands, and on the top sheet
So close.
covering her body.
If you look at all the evidence in conjunction with one another and how it lines up, that's what tells you that her killer deposited it.
And the prosecution would end up hiring a famous messenger to deliver that news at trial. None other than the renowned forensic pathologist, Dr. Cyril Wecht, who's consulted on world-famous cases.
John F. Kennedy, Martin Luther King, Elvis Presley, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston,
And of course, one of the most famous autopsies of all, the alien autopsy.
well, yes, I would prefer to say, for the time being, that it's humanoid.
Wecht admits he's not a DNA expert.
Here you are.
He says he was just brought in to interpret the crime scene.
I think that you can be quite comfortable with the fact that Hopkins was the perpetrator.
When it's the defense side's turn, they counter the celebrity testimony of Dr. Wecht
The question is,
with someone who is an internationally recognized DNA expert,
Based on the calibration,
Dr. Mark Perlin,
we have a mass statistic of 1,000.
who says Wecht has no business talking about DNA on the stand.
do you believe that Dr. Cyril Wecht testifying in Scott Hopkins' case, is that dangerous in your opinion?
I think it's very dangerous.
The defense investigation found something that the prosecution missed. Turns out Hopkins' DNA was not the only DNA at the crime scene. There was unidentified male DNA on Janet's robe and semen from a third man. Someone police knew all too well.
There was an indication that her ex-husband was possibly on one of the sheets as well.
The defense claims they know how Hopkins' DNA lined up. They say his DNA was on Janet's nightgown from past sexual encounters. Then, when the real killer had sex with Janet, her perspiration transferred Hopkins' old DNA from the nightgown to the rope tie to the sheet.
In this case, the prosecution said there's only one possibility, and that's clearly false. And in science, if you have two possibilities that can equally explain the data, it's a wash.
They were the happiest family I ever saw in my life.
It was a golden era.
Alright, I think this has gone long enough. I'll make another video tomorrow. See ya later.